Hi, so I've made a lot of videos in which I've demonstrated techniques that include the corkscrew lock, this one right here. And I want to do a basic video in which I break it down and explain how you get into it and how it works. I like to teach it from the bridge, which is this position here, for beginners. Obviously, this is not a position that occurs in real life in this exact form. But in a more general sense, if Chris and I are fighting at close quarters, we're either going to be here, and this is the bridge, right? We're going to be here, where I'm on the inside of his arms, or where he's on the inside of my arms, or we're both just grabbing each other randomly. So it's going to be one of these positions. And if you've learned your outside defenses or outside entries, if Chris throws a punch and I'm here, there we are, we're in the bridge. Even if this retracts, it doesn't matter, right? Or if I throw a hammer fist, for example, and he blocks, there we are, we're in the bridge. So from the bridge, I'm going to turn my hand and grab his arm. I might even throw something to elicit that protective response. Right, I might even throw a hammer fist or a back fist to elicit this protective response. Then I turn my hand and grab and I twist his arm as much as I can. It's critical to get a real twist on there, because if you don't twist it enough, the next thing we're going to have to do is reach through. And I'm not going to be able to contort myself far enough to reach through. So I need to get as much of a twist on that as I can. The other thing that twisting does is it affects his body structure, which is good for me. I reach underneath, and let's get a close up here. So my fingers are deep into the middle of his palm. My thumb is extended around the back of his wrist. You don't want to be grabbing like this without your thumb. You won't have any leverage. And you don't want to be here, where your fingers are just on the edge. Right, you want to be deep into the middle of the palm. I like to put this right against my chest and double up with the other hand. Because one of the basic defenses against any joint lock is to twist out of it. So if I don't have a solid grip here, he just twists his arm and he's out. Right. So I twist, I reach through, I connect it to myself, and I double up. So here, boom, and then from here, I twist further. I'm gonna corkscrew this up his arm, sending tension into the elbow and the shoulder. You can do a lot of damage just from here. I don't want to hit it too hard. He's going to feel it in his wrist, his elbow, and his shoulder. Boom, like that. So on the other side, go ahead and do it, Chris. Twist, reach through. There you go. Yeah. So that's your basic entry into the corkscrew. The other way to get into the corkscrew is to go under the arm. This is maybe a more advanced way of doing it. So again, if we're in the bridge, I'm going to pass this off to this hand. I just bring it down. I pass it off to this hand. I throw a hit here or here. In reality, this is just a basic way of doing it, but in reality, I would probably want to do this first. Get him going that way. Right, so I get him going that way. Then I move this way. I'm already out of punching range. I pass it off to the other hand on the fly. Step, turn and step back. Now here we are. Let's do the other side. So I capture this and I move him with my shoulder. Move him. And then I'm going that way. Pass that off. It's not twisted yet. My circular footwork will do that job for me. I step through. Now here it is. I've got it. Double up. Twist. Boom.